Hello, everybody. Hi, welcome. I'm Jeff Gerstmann. We're here to open this Switch 2 Pro controller that I got in the mail yesterday. No, I'll open this later. I don't have time. We don't have time. This thing's going to start soon. The people of Xbox are going to show some video games today. I expect it will be an okay show. That's kind of where that's kind of where I'm at with it. I don't know that I'm expecting anything that's just like, oh my god, that's crazy. You know, like nothing too wild. I don't know. It depends on how you feel about a Persona 4 remake, I guess. But that's, I feel like enough people have spent enough time talking about that at this point that I don't know that that's extremely surprising. But yeah, no, I don't know. We'll kind of see where it goes. Right now, they're showing this fishing thing. Let's go over to the spot where that lives. There it is. Okay. I guess the Fallout 76 update is a fishing thing. They've got a little photo opportunity at the Summer Game Fest where they've got like a little kiddie pool and some fishing rods, and you can you do that, I guess. So yeah, that is almost. I have to imagine that's what this is. I don't know that I could pull Fallout 76 out of a lineup at this point, but considering that is the fishing thing, I'm guessing that that's exactly what this is. Let's see if there's audio here. I currently have it muted, but because we needed to test the audio before we get started anyway. Yeah, this looks like Fallout 76 to me. But yeah, there's some kind of fishing focus for whatever it is they're doing right now in that game, and so that is something that they're doing. So yeah, I don't know, man. The Xbox thing is in such a like a weird place right now. In terms of like all of the games come out on other consoles, and there's just kind of a weird, how long do they keep having? I guess they publish enough games. I mean, that by default they're one of the largest game publisher. They are the largest game publisher in the world, I guess, by virtue of they control Call of Duty and Minecraft. It's probably a lot of stuff here, but probably see some more Gears stuff here. And yeah, someone asking like, hey, what about Call of Duty? I don't know. This is normally the right time of year for Call of Duty to be shown, and maybe they're changing things up in their marketing plan this year, and they're not going to show it, or maybe it will get a trailer and it'll get announced here. But I don't really know what quite to expect on that, other than I don't know that I heard anything about that game being here today. So yeah, I think probably some kind of Gears thing, this Persona thing, some kind of Windows-based hardware thing. And I guess the other thing I would be curious to see how they handle is, do they spend a lot of time here talking about games appearing on other platforms, or do they keep this showcase focused to the idea of all of these games are on Game Pass, or all of these games are on Xbox, and then they just that stuff just gets announced later in a press release or an Xbox Wire update or something like, hey, by the way, this game's coming to PlayStation. But yeah, there's gonna be some stuff, and some updates on some other announced but unreleased games, and then you'll get your Outer Worlds 2 thing. And yeah, I don't I don't know that I have like the highest expectations here for like mind-blowing new reveals or anything like that, but you know, I think it should be a decent group of updates about a variety of games from first and third party that will probably be interesting, you know, to a variety of people. But yeah, we'll kind of we'll see how it all goes here in just a few minutes. And yeah, I am Yesterday I woke up and had to get going. I had to get on the road early to make it to my appointments and stuff, and so I got a couple of sausage sandwiches to eat in the car on my way down there, and then I had an energy drink with those, and then I had another energy drink on my way home at about 11:30 last night, and that's it yesterday. So I woke up dehydrated, headache, all that other stuff. It was just like, oh god. So yeah, I had to eat a decent sized breakfast this morning to kind of get normal again. But I am yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, man. It was a long day running around. I made an appearance on the videogameschronicle.com podcast, which is now live. And I have one more video with them that is going up in about, I think it's going up in about an hour. And then I was on giantbomb.com last night. They do like a live show. From a house, and I appeared on that. I don't know where that is, if that's still on Twitch or whatever. I'm told that the audio was wired incorrectly, so if you are listening to it on a mono device, one of the audio is out of phase, and so if you're listening to it on a mono device, it will not work. So know that. And I guess we're just about ready to get ready and see what this thing is all about. And see what's up with that. More Danny mouth action. Danny is supposed to be coming by the house at some point today. I don't know that he'll show up in the middle of this, but he's got to drop something off for me, and I got to give him a box, and we got to hand off some stuff. So we'll see. See when Danny arrives, if Danny arrives. I don't know. He was tweeting at like 3 a.m. last night, so I don't know where he is. USA, Canada.
World premiere. Gangster.
So this is probably Outer Worlds. Yeah, this is Outer Worlds 2. So they'll open with this and say, "Here's our trailer," and then they'll do their deep dive later, right?
Do you think I'd care that the colony is in disarray? We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare.
I want to play this game. This game, you know, like I hope that they learned the right lessons after the first one, and you know that this game could be quite a bit better than that first game. So
doing so, and they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology,
so yeah, man,
which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Bye. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory.
So like, there's like so players can make choices. Is that what I'm hearing? That's I've finally video games where players can decide.
My heart and every last bit of my way, every last bit that I'm paid, every last bit that I save is intended for you. The cost may be high. One day, I know you'll be mine.
Yeah. This stuff all looks. Why would you blur out vomit? Why would you? Why are you pixelating puke? Unless like you're into puke that way, and then you think it's pornography. Like I think that says more about their views than they intend. You know.
An adventure made for capitalism by capitalism. Inflate our impressions and egos
like,
by staying
yeah, man.
tuned after
like,
the showcase.
yeah, sure. Capitalism jokes.
World premiere. World premiere.
Babe, what's wrong?
I'm sorry.
Is this there's?
I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything.
There's one
Man's
thing.
a problem.
There's a game I'm aware of that this might be it. No, that really bummed me out when I heard the name, and I believe this is it. Yeah. Yep. Why? But yeah, like you could have gotten away from this clean and never done it again. Instead, you're gonna make another. Why, man? Like that first game was fucking like one of the most unfun. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
So I guess is what's his face not involved with this? Like because they pushed him out of that studio after all his shit came to light, right? So.
World premiere. World.
I just don't know why you would make a High on Life 2. I guess that first game probably did okay, didn't it? Or because was that on Game Pass? I forget the situation there, but. Uh-huh. Totally TP'd this guy's horns with our glow-in-the-dark TP. When he wakes up, he's gonna be fucking pissed. Is that a 2005 Moby Award? I've got one of those in my garage. I mean, a good soundtrack choice. I'll give him that. So this is is it the Lenovo thing? Yeah, okay, no. This is a ROG device. I was like, I don't remember who the partner device is from. The freedom of Windows, the power of Xbox, meaning it's a Windows machine. Impulse triggers is cool. ROG Xbox Ally and ROG Xbox Ally X.
At Xbox, we strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power
this
of
whole
Xbox
this is an
and
Xbox
the freedom
thing
of Windows.
is a really confusing
On this Xbox,
these messages
you can play
now.
games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net to Steam, GOG, and Ubisoft Connect. And the highly anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong will be available at launch and in Game Pass when the Ally releases later this year.
What a weird way to tie that game to something.
Will be playable on the Xbox Ally.
Okay.
We have always wanted you to have the unique experience of Xbox on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing on console, PC, Smart TV, or any Windows handheld like the new Xbox Ally, the Xbox experience roams with you. Your library, progression, friends, and achievements. There are over 1,000 Xbox Play Anywhere games on Xbox today. And every new game you see in today's show,
so this is
from
not
our
them
partners and
saying,
our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere.
This is not them saying, hey, we're doing a bunch of backwards compatibility stuff for Windows.
With a diverse lineup of games,
it is just them saying, yeah, just like we do right now, you can play Windows games and Xbox games.
Should have any game, anywhere.
It's not any game. It's over 1,000 games today. It's not any game. Stop saying any game.
It all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time.
I was like, wait, can I play Dead to Rights on this thing?
In bringing amazing experiences to players around the world. And their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
So I guess that means Silksong's coming out this year, in case you're worried or whatever. It's a strange, I mean, again, because they have muddied what the word Xbox means when they present this thing and say, here's an Xbox, but they really mean actually it is a Windows handheld just like all these other Windows handhelds.
Monsters have always been here.
You're just like, oh, all right.
Watching from the shadows.
But hey, you know, if it's a Windows machine and it's got the freedom of Windows, it can play any game.
Came out into the light.
You can play Pokemon Gold and Silver on it.
For our lives.
You can probably play The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on it. You could probably play Mr. Do on it.
Vampires didn't come to kill us.
Any game.
No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though.
PlayStation 3 sensation, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. Any game.
Something else instead.
That's the freedom of Windows. I have a Windows machine right here, and it plays Mr. Do really well. You can even play Mr. Do's Castle. You can play Halo 2.
Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all.
He is out there watching.
But yeah, I think, you know, again, the way that they have muddied up the word Xbox really made, I think, made that hardware announcement more confusing than it should be. And it's only by like reading between the lines, or, you know, like when they say the freedom of Windows, the power of Xbox, you're like, no, okay, so it's Windows. And she said at one point later on, like, and other Windows handhelds. Like, okay, yeah, it's just another Windows handheld, but you've put an Xbox button on it that will presumably launch like the Xbox app in Windows the same way it can in Windows on any Windows machine if you so desire. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with it. But like, you know, there are going to be people that like watch that halfway and go like, Mario is here. Oh. You know, there will be people that watch that and go like, there's a new Xbox handheld. And it's like, no. I mean, yes, sure. Insofar as that everything is an Xbox, but don't. Meat Boy in 3D is an interesting idea. Seems really, like, that's one of those things that sounds really fucked up on paper, but that actually looked kind of cool.
Watch your back, Yakumo. You're a wanted criminal now.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my mission. My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
This is it.
Sayori.
Ryu.
Yeah.
There's something I need your help with.
Cutting dudes. Can you cut some dudes for me? Can you fucking do a sick Izuna drop? Can you drop these fools on their heads for me? I'm a scary face inside of a scary face. Isn't that crazy?
The Dark Dragon is mine.
October. Steam and PS5. It's nice that they're just letting that stuff show up here, and you know, like they're not necessarily calling attention to it, but. Indiana Jones 2. The Train of Torment.
Here we go.
Good luck, Indy.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
This was a cool ass game. What if they made a little more of it?
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
They ate all the sandwiches. They ordered more giants.
World premiere.
World premiere.
Woo! はるか昔、この国に輪廻の獣が現れた。輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕んだ。
Told you could play Pokemon on an Xbox. There's Pikachu. All the weird dogs are here. That's Mr. Mime. Wheezing there.
西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
Got to catch them all! That robot was my only friend.
封じ子エマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
It looked like they made a trailer and then went, "Oh, we need to write the name." What fonts you got installed? Arial. I don't. What?
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine, because they swoop their filth down to us.
Get your paper in! Who's for a paper?
Boys tangle in it.
Here's to playing in the mud. Life here ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
To keep your filthy pickers off me!
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
I thought that guy was going to say, "That's a clue, kids," and I got really freaked out.
Justice itself has been affronted. I have been burgled.
Lord Griswick.
Burgled!
Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill? We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall.
Yes, sir.
Built rather slim, well, muscular.
Mm-hmm.
Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend
Huh.
who robbed me.
They got my good side this time.
So is that the character
Breaking
creator,
in's the
or are
easy
you?
part.
Is this Carmen Sandiego?
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer.
Really good performances.
How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pan of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back.
No one needs a cursey doll.
Family takes
Put that in your pocket.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Smash it.
Them's in charge.
You don't need weird
They don't
puppets.
keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him.
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed. Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time.
Oh, these time fiddlers.
Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me
Sonic
tell ya,
CD 2.
the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
I hope it has the sound of the future. I hope it has all. I hope it has that.
Now let me alone and piss off!
Boy, coming in due time sure is a real non-committal thing for a trailer as long as that was.
Our creative teams are dedicated to bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, And every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere. On behalf of our creative teams, thank you. These experiences don't stop when you put down the
Play Anywhere stuff is very convenient.
As you've seen in recent years,
it's good that they finally are at a point where they can say that. It feels like it took a little while for them to get there.
To brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series.
They made a Minecraft movie
and brought millions of players into the game.
What's it
We
called?
have more projects in the works as gaming continues to influence film and television like never before. When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed
He ain't wrong, man.
to the upcoming release of The Outer
Obsidian.
Worlds 2 this
Getting
October.
it done.
Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
World premiere. World premiere.
That's right, boys. Mondo Cool.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast! No! With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything!
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park.
Does it say, is
Chaos
this
descended on a ceremony
grounded
commemorating
thing?
the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
This time they're big. What?
You gotta keep them separated.
Why? Sure. I was gonna say, is this gonna be more of a like urban environment thing? But we heard that people like video games that have the Offspring in them, so we figured we'd at least do that for the trailer. Yeah, I mean, at least it's the actual version of the song and not some slow, sad version. Oh, wait. There's still time. No? Okay. Grounded was neat. I never really got into it, but it always seemed like cool. You know, they did, that was one of the first, I want to say it was one of the first times they did a first party early access game.
3500 reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
I have encountered an unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual. They become exceptionally aggressive.
It's creepy, and also there's kids, man. That's even creepier, bro. Time to get gooped up.
They seem to act more consistently, in coordination.
Destroying the nest is now a priority.
Such is our calling.
Such is our calling.
Having the same sound effect back to back on these things is a little. Grounded 3. Is this like pets in Elder Scrolls Online? Yeah. Now, when he says a time to die, we're going to show tombstones. Think about it. Okay, I guess we can give you the budget for a trailer for this thing, even though it is a billion years old at this point. I play beach volleyball inside of Elder Scrolls Online now. World-changing server-wide events. It's not even Seasons of the Birds cult.
World premiere.
Mayday! Mayday! Hope 1 to mission control. We're falling! Thomas, the ship's breaking apart. There's no time. Evacuate now! Thomas, come in!
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
Wait, are they putting an apostrophe in Don't Nod now? Instead of just writing it in all caps, one word? We're really big on our sliding stuff. All right, well, show a bunch of it then.
Wherever you are, I'll find you.
Like the big end of Act 2 reveal is that she's talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. It's really fucked up. Okay.
World premiere.
See what I mean? Just like the heads and tails on all these videos.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know
When you run them back to back like this.
Having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations. Much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the grand hotel.
Now, this is a Kinect game where you have to match his moves.
luxury room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
All right.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man. Like he was.
It's like a...
I'm in.
There's like a post-power wash simulator thing happening here.
What you're really up to.
With some of those tools. That's kind of... okay.
They will wicker man your ass.
Plus some... Yeah, that's neat. I don't know.
You keep looking into things, and things are gonna start looking back. Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
Why? Huh. I mean, presumably they're not... Like, all of this soundtrack stuff is in-game... And not just for the trailer, if they've got characters singing along or singing the songs. That's neat. That's weird. That's neat. That's neat.
As many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens, and when we need their help, they send us a hero. Who would have guessed the defender of my homeland could be my daughter?
What?
She unlocked the heavenly
A
spirit.
girl?
But is she worthy?
Yeah, this is Age of Mythology, right?
If the heavenly spear is mine.
She's got a point. If the heavenly spear is hers, you cannot rule. I feel myself putting that trailer little intro sound effect on the soundboard. I feel like I can't prevent it at this point. It's just going to happen.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가? 만약 이 결정이 패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단의 이익을 저해한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까? 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가?
Whoa, man, I never thought about it that way, bro.
그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐.
Crossfire XX.
당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가?
It seems interesting.
당신의 분노를 이용한다.
Oh geez, that guy's bad. Hey, I'm the guy from before.
지정태. 지정태.
Ooh, dang.
World premiere.
E ora olaiem lo ite fativi. Novo. Ilo? Te kemaite mana. Muite unanite waiora. Dia. Novo tu alibemo iwa lotaname. Ona otalima. Di efema. Teonami. Toma tua calio, terali.
The motherfucking Odyssey continues. Smack the side of the face. Check this shit out. Back. We're all children of the leaf, bro. This Jaw made all of this for us to smoke, man. World premiere. I'm gonna run and grab a drink out of the fridge.
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity. Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds. Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards. What do you got on there, Jed? Worms. And how are they biting today? See for yourself. Bagging the big fish starts
the thing I say every year is that I hear that Fallout 76 got a whole lot better than it was at launch,
reels,
but
and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails. Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague the future wastelands of Appalachia, you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden.
So is this player housing? Is that a new? I'm not current on Fallout 76, so I'm not sure if that's like a new feature. But if they're going to talk about fishing and
kicking back and sharing a meal with friends,
building out of space, but yeah, I guess they always had a base building, so maybe it's just new parts for your base building stuff. See, it's fishing, but it You back that up.
World premiere.
What? Is this a game called Solo Leveling? Does it have multiplayer? Four-player co-op in a game called Solo Leveling? What the fuck is wrong with you? These words mean things. Some kind of anime? Okay. Well, alright. That does not excuse them calling a game Solo Leveling and putting four-player co-op into it. People in the chat seem very mixed on the quality of Solo Leveling. Not the game, the other thing. Can I teach that guy cut? Alpha Tubster. Tag yourself. I'm Alpha Tubster. Skylanders is back. Oh. That looked like a free-to-play game to me.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just
you heard of this guy?
Thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago. These games have changed my life.
In 10 minutes, I can tell you about this game.
I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world, and that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with so much care and attention to detail, with some brand new parks, new music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all with your friends with up to 8 players in multiplayer. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
That man was skating inside a pinball machine. I have a Tony Hawk branded hard drive hooked up to this computer with a bunch of video of this game that I can't tell you about for another 9 minutes. I appreciate that they put this song into the trailer and then showed Bam at the same time. Also, Michelangelo is here. So yeah, that pre-order demo is out today.
World premiere.
I believe it's just for pre-orders. That's how they originally framed it. But they said it. They previously said it was going to be out in June, and they were right. And in like 8 minutes, maybe we can talk more about it. If you just want to turn this off and watch the footage I've got. The devil. So is this Spiritfarer 2 then? It said from the makers of Spiritfarer, but I don't... Or, okay, it's a different thing. New game from... Yeah. That's how it goes. Look at all this juice. Look at all this juice. It changed gaming forever. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess. Right? Why did they remake this twice? Because they wanted to put it on other platforms and they couldn't just port the existing remake. So they're gonna clean it up another step, put it out again on all platforms, and give people who owned the other remake that version for... It's a free upgrade, right? Yeah, so...
Looks like they upgraded. How's your baby? Let's do this.
And like, it looks nicer, you know.
This is gonna be...
This also helps them establish the franchise on non-Xbox platforms. So, you know, when New Gears comes out on all platforms, at least you will, you know, PlayStation players will have the basic framework of Gears 1 to go off of instead of just starting with some prequel thing.
World premiere.
World premiere. Revival. Is that your whole fuck? Are you fucking shitting me?
The Smugglers League is always there. But you won't see us. You won't hear us.
Like, it's weird for, you know, because obviously Golden came out, and so they've already done
the only way
a thing.
we ever know it is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the room, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should be ready to take advantage of others' misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
Season 17. It's good that that game has been popular. I mean, they just
world premiere.
Good God, man.
Hope you're not in a hurry because northbound is backed up all the way to 18th Street, and the southbound ain't looking much better.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Are you one of them? You're here, but it's
Had enough yet?
No, Dad.
Enough of like this stop motion graphic style in upcoming video games? Yes, more than fucking enough, sir.
I hoped you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
Okay.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I trusted you!
Okay, at least the in-game. I was gonna say, this is starting to look like a fighting game. And at least the in-game doesn't look like that. And runs at an actual frame rate. That fight also sounded like something, didn't it?
Let's do this! Gotcha!
This has a real specific look to it, doesn't it?
Might want to look up.
See how you like this?
Huh.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
No. Yeah, they said quarter up at the beginning of it. Yeah, that's right. That all that stuff was at the front of the trailer. Skybound, and it was Skybound. So, like, yeah. Got lost there for a sec, but that, yeah. Kept you waiting, huh?
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
You will answer for what you've done!
No flames are around, and they burn as one.
Come to me!
Is this like an out now thing?
Valisthea cannot endure a second claim upon her being, but she may yet be saved by you.
World premiere.
I can't believe no one watched this and said, hey, you realize like the back-to-back on this audio stuff is like super amateurish, right? Like no one will like, hey, can we fix this? This is weird. All right, new Doublefine game. What do we got? Finally, a game where you are the lighthouse. Every game is always a guy, a girl, lighthouse, but now you are the lighthouse. Hey, I don't want to be like, you know, like I don't. This is weird, right? I'm not like out of line. Oh, it's a soccer game. Neat.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox.
Wow.
It's a big milestone
He's right,
for the
you know.
platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox
On
with a new
PlayStation
Fable,
5.
the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring
Stop doing
your
this.
Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games,
Everything's
updates,
such a
and
mess
experiences
now.
that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. we're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
World premiere.
Cameo 2.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Oh, jeez. Now you've gone and done it. I'm here too.
Fear is a powerful thing.
It's a butterfly talking to me. Not no more. Yeah, I was like, that started looking like David Mason there for a sec. So that the talk for a long time has been that they were going to have a game that was set after the events of Black Ops 2, but you know, kind of pre-Infinite Warfare or whatever. And so, yeah, I guess that's. But also the weird, like, are they going to play into any of that Frozen Forest mental shit that they did with Christopher Maloney? Because that sort of looked like that they were maybe touching on some of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, Black Ops 2 was a really neat game, and then after that is when they really kind of spun off into
the sequel is the lifeblood of every great
Sonic the Hedgehog is here.
The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, That's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it had.
There was a Zune 2.
There was a Zune 2? I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized everything. Blockbuster movies.
Just let him talk for the whole
video
time.
Games to my first
Like a solo
marriage, so
bolo of
trust
some
me,
kind.
I know what I'm doing. Come along on this journey with me. Part 2.
So Tony Hawk. It's they sat us down. I sat down with a build of Tony Hawk that seemed like it was damn near final. I know they're not quite done yet, but they're getting real close. And it seems like exactly what you would want it to be. I have a bunch of footage of me as Bam Margera, like pretty much exclusively. The thing I'll say about it is that the goal stuff in Tony Hawk 4 seems good. It seems like the vast majority of the goals from that game are there. It just has a 2-minute timer. And so their whole thing of like you can turn the timer up to an hour is interesting because that still counts as like goal completion, you know? And some of the goals have been reworked because, you know, like Tony Hawk 4 was a game where you had to go up to people and talk to them to start the goal. But that's not really, you know, they don't really have that stuff in there. So it's really more like, so in the college level, for example, there is a goal where you have to sketch a car. And what they have is they have the professor sitting there in the parking lot, and you go up to him, and as soon as you go up to him, it kind of starts the goal, meaning it starts the car driving around the block, and then you have to go sketch on it. And so your 2-minute timer is still going that whole time, but you need to kind of activate that car before you can do that goal, basically. So there's sort of working in little bits and pieces of the like activate this goal then complete this goal thing that they did in 4, but doing it within the confines of the 2-minute timer and all the other stuff. But like the levels are fine, the goals are there. It just, you have to end a run and start another run, or turn that timer up to an hour if that's really what you want to do. That seems like a decent middle ground. Talking to them about it, there were a couple of folks from the dev team there, and talking to them about that, you know, this was kind of, and you know, I don't know, I would not be shocked if there were some technical limitations and things, you know, that like, oh, it would take a lot more work for them to do that, and just with the budget, you know, whatever. But like the thing about it that I think kind of makes sense is this idea of like having a cohesive experience between 3 and 4. Instead of like, here's 3 and then here's 4 and it's a wildly different weird thing, you know, like the idea of like, hey, here's these 2 games that kind of fit together, and so they've retrofit aspects of 4 into that 2-minute timer. When you complete all the goals, you'll unlock pro goals, which are kind of more of the, you know, the bigger, crazier stuff from 4, I guess. And yeah, I mean, it plays how you think it should play. If you've played 1 and 2, like it's got the wall plant, it's got the, you know, it's got all that stuff in it the same way that they were in 1 and 2. The front end and UI and challenges, and like you look at it and you go like, yep, this looks like a follow-up to that game, definitely. And yeah, I don't know, I think the 4 stuff works fine. I think the 3 new levels that they did in 4, it's movie studio, pinball, and the water park, like seem really good. Seem really good. So look, let's take a vote. Do we want to watch the Outer Wilds 2 stuff, or should I show you some Tony Hawk?
You get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game. But
live chat.
and again, there's lots of elements.
You want to see some Tony Hawk? All right. Let's see some Tony Hawk.
Something as simple as banging on.
Let's watch some Tony Hawk. Let's see here. What's going to be the best way for me to bring this video into this? I can just do, yeah, I mean, can I just do that? Okay. All right, here's Tony Hawk. I played a bunch of this yesterday. We'll kind of get in here and they just had OBS capturing in the background, and I will say that the bitrate of these videos are a little low for my tastes. So what you're seeing is like 1080p, 5,000, 5,000 BPS or whatever. Like it's, it's a little grimy for my tastes, but you get the idea. And so this seemed like it was the entire game pretty much unlocked here. And then I realized I don't really want to play as Michelangelo. Let's see who else is in this game. The other thing I'll say is that his special move, the Jackass, is not in the game. As far as I can tell. Considering everything he is saying about the people that work on Jackass, I could see why that specific thing would not be in there. But I did spend some time looking for it. Also, I'm playing like fucking shit here. The other thing I'll let you know right now is that I did not do especially well in any of this footage, man. Like every single combo, I just went like 2 tricks too many. And it went bad for me every single time. Okay. This is me looking to see where is the Jackass. Here's the pinball level. I'll rewind it back so we can see the goal cameras and stuff.
Escape of the living dead.
It's Big Tony. Oh, also, the royalty-free soundtrack is turned on. They had that turned on. So you will hear that instead of the actual soundtrack. While we're talking about things I noticed here, that's not Bam's voice. Pretty sure that's not Bam's voice. And I asked, and I don't think they talk about Petaluma in the airport level in 3 anymore. They've recorded new VO for the overhead announcer in airport, so... I take as a personal affront. I assume that, you know, whoever the founder is of the dev studio that made this must just fucking hate me or something. There's really no other explanation other than that this is a deliberate effort. I'm just saying Adam Boyes never would have let that happen. Okay? I kind of went back and forth between doing, you know, goals and just doing free skate because I just wanted to see some of the levels, you know? Movie studio is a competition level, so it doesn't have goals. Reminded me a bit of is it the first level of Aggressive Inline that's a movie set with a big warehouse full of stuff. But yeah, I was happy with this. I was extremely happy with this playing it. I was like, you know what, this is what it needs to be. Like going and playing. I'll skip. I jumped around a bit, so let's skip through the footage. So here's. I think I reloaded this in. No, I did some more free skate, but we went back to college with goals turned in like actual mode or whatever. But here's a little Canada. Weirdly enough, one of the things I missed, all the Nokia branding. But I've got some more footage of this. You know, maybe I'll do something separate, and we can talk about it then. There's also I don't know if it's up yet, but I spoke about it a lot with Jordan from VGC. So over at videogameschronicle.com, they'll have a video of us talking about it as well. But yeah, it looks nice. It operates the way you expect it to. There's been some changes to the goal stuff in 4. Here's cruise ship, a little bit of that. This royalty-free West Coast shit they put in here is pretty good. It's royalty-free GTA loading screen music that they have. Is the royalty free like a streamer mode? Yes, it's a optional mode you can turn on. You know, airport. Bob Burnquist, maybe you heard of him. You know, you got to knock over the beer kegs. You got to do the stuff. The minigame stuff is not there. You can't play tennis. Like, that stuff's not... That stuff's not here. But I think this stuff works well, you know. Yeah, I think if you're a real stickler for the exact Tony Hawk 4 experience, then, you know, you're only going to kind of you're going to get that in sort of a different form here. But I think that what they're presenting here is still fun and still, you know, the majority of the stuff you do. You know, you still grind down his fucking banners. You know, the frat guys are still there. Like, it's not like they just made up a bunch of brand new kind of whatever ass goals. Like, they have most of the goals in here and then, you know, threw in some more skaters to impress or whatever, right? And some other stuff like that. But But yeah, so I came away from this feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good about it. Let's see. That guy. Here, let me go back to the goal list. Check this out. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. Check this shit out. The last goal on this level. Check this shit out. Check out the there. Check that shit out. Check that shit out. They fucking put Eric Sparrow in this fucking game.
Ready to shoot.
Check that shit out.
Let's see your trick.
My sister loved this.
Can you hurt him? That's the... So, I mean, if you just skate into him, he will hurt you. But I think what you need to do is there's this big bucket above him. He's right over here. That's him right there.
Hey, guys.
I assume you got to get up to that and dump it on him. That's my guess. I went over here to try to find a way up, and I potentially found a way up, but did not actually do it. So yeah, this level of the 3 new levels, I think this water park one is probably my favorite. But all 3 of the new levels seem cool, and that makes me want them to immediately make a new fucking game after this. Like, yeah, it'd be cool to do Thug and what yeah, but what if they made a new one? These levels are good.
Yeah.
There's Kona. And LA, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's real cool. I was really happy with it, playing it. Looks really nice. They were running it on PC. And And yeah, I think they're pretty much nailing it. Again, you know, like you know, I think it's real easy to get caught up on the changes to 4. But I think what's there is super fucking fun, you know, even if it is a little different than the way that stuff was done. So yeah. And yeah, that's that. What do you think of that Microsoft thing? It was okay. You know, like there were some decent looking games there, and yeah, I don't know, the Persona thing I thought was just as a trailer I thought was pretty disappointing. Just because I want to see more of what they're actually doing, and why they're doing it. The Double Fine game looks good and weird. The idea of a game called Black Ops 7 is fucking ridiculous to me. There's just something about the number 7. I always think back to it was, I guess, when RE6 was coming out. Or 5, no. It would have been 6. And I went to Rome and I had dinner with some of the folks who were leading Resident Evil at that time, and we were talking, you know, kind of through a translator, but not, you know, like, you know, my Japanese is non-existent. Their English was a lot better than my Japanese, but you know, and they expressed this idea of like, at some point when the numbers get high, that high, they become meaningless. You know, it's like, what is Final Fantasy? And then they say, like, what is Final Fantasy 9, 10? You know, like, what, you know, what is that? You know, that it kind of just becomes a little ridiculous. And I think about that a lot as a lot of these numbers get higher, though. I mean, we are talking about a game that, I guess that's, you know, part of why they, you know, went with maybe part of why they went with some of these subtitles for Resident Evil, you know, calling it Requiem instead of just out and out calling it 9, just coming up with, you know, cheeky little ways to reference the numbers, I guess, in the logos or whatever. Yeah, I think about that numbering stuff a lot, because as a lot of these franchises that have been rolling for a very long time just keep going and going, like Final Fantasy 16. Like, well, you're gonna have a game and call it Final Fantasy 20? Here's Final Fantasy 22. Like, what, you know, what the what? Like, it just seems real silly. At least Call of Duty found sub-franchises to break up the numbering, right? But now even those sub-franchises, the numbers are getting too high. You know, I'm not calling it Call of Duty 22 or whatever. It's, you know, it's Call of Duty Black Ops 7. That's... Eris dies in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. The handheld, you know, whatever. That's the one of the partner devices that they are, you know, working with them to have an Xbox button directly on it. Which, honestly, one of my problems with the original ROG Ally was that the kind of home button, menu button thing was not well implemented. And so, you know, if they can add a separate Xbox button and another, you know, much like the Steam Deck has a button that is a dedicated menu button and then another button that they can use to pull out settings and other stuff like that. You know, it makes sense for an Xbox branded handheld to have something like that. But you know, it's another whatever. You know, it's another handheld. Maybe it'll be a good one. I'm more interested in the updates that they do to Windows 11 and what they do to make that a better experience for all devices than any single device, you know? Because the device stuff is going to happen one way or the other if Microsoft partners with a device or not. Like, you know, it's just these are Windows machines. It's the freedom of Windows, as they put it. But yeah, you know, like that's the right way for them to go. I think strategically is to lean in on these Windows things. I think to fully close that gap, they eventually need. We talked about this on the podcast, but I think, you know, to fully close that gap, they need to make more games compatible with it. They need to, like, if they do the backwards compatibility work to make original Xbox and Xbox 360 games run on Windows, which seems like it would be doable work. Like they need to close that gap before they fully transition to Windows. Otherwise, it completely breaks their. That's been a very nice story for them over the years, and then they even brought it up, like, you know, we pioneer with backwards compatibility, and, you know, like, if that's a story they want to keep telling, then they're gonna need to do that work on Windows, and I presume that they will, because it would make sense for them to do that. So yeah, that's Microsoft. That's the Xbox conference. I thought it was fine. I don't, you know, I ended up turning off the Outer Worlds 2 stuff because I think that game looks good. I don't know that I need to watch a deep dive on that. I think that game looks fine. That game looks like a game I very much want to play. And yeah, so, you know, that's fine, man. Like, cool. I hope that they do better than they did the first time out, which, you know, as I've said before, I think that's, like, Outer Worlds, like, it's stout. It starts out incredibly strong and tapers off. Like, you know, by the time you get to the end of that game, it's like, this is just kind of, like, the writing hasn't held up, the action hasn't held up, like, you know, it really kind of peters out. So a sequel could very probably fix those things. So that's exciting for me. I would certainly play that game. But, you know, no Starfield here, no which, you know, what's left to say about it except it's coming to a PlayStation, I guess, at this point. Unless they're going to do more DLC or something. But, you know, no new Elder Scrolls, which I think, you know, again, you have to underscore, like, you know, like they showed that game too early because they caved. You know, people were complaining about the lack of Elder Scrolls information, and so they said, yes, we're making it, shut up. We're also working on Starfield, so we're not even really working on Elder Scrolls yet. Shut up. And now people expect it to show up at every single one of these things, but, you know, that game's hopefully going to be a ways off, because I think that there's more stuff they need to change. I don't think Starfield goes far enough. I don't think that, you know, I think that there's, you know, kind of more that they need to change with that formula going forward to truly make it a sequel to Elder Scrolls. No Fable, no Perfect Dark. Read into that what you will, I guess. But you know, they showed another Gears thing, but not even the upcoming new Gears, huh? They just showed the Gears 1 remake. Wild. It's interesting, you know, I think you could look at that two ways, right? I think that, like, if you look at the games that they're showing and the games that now that they are Activision and now that they are Bethesda and now that they are all these other studios, you know, they don't really need to have everything all the time, right? And so those games have time to find themselves, which I don't know. You know, I don't know if those games have found themselves or not. At this point, I've heard a variety of things over the last, you know, 9 years that those games have been in development. But yeah, you know, they had enough games here to fill the hour, and so I don't know that they necessarily absolutely must show Fable unless they've got something real good and real new to say about it. So maybe you could read something into that. I mean, hey, they said the word Silk Song, right? I mean, they showed that thing. They showed a little trailery thing and said, hey, this is coming out and it will run on this device later. And this device is out this year. So you know, that's something, I guess, for the sickos that need Silk Song, that type Silk Song in every chat, every single stream. So whatever. Yeah, that's that, I suppose. No Forza shown here. You know, Forza just came out on PlayStation 5, so I think they're riding that a little bit, and I think that Forza Motorsport was a miss. So, you know, maybe this would have been a place for them to show a bunch of Forza Motorsport DLC or something if anyone cared. But that didn't seem like it really that didn't really seem like it would really matter. There is some Forza stuff, I think, in the works. I want to say that they're doing some kind of early focus test type of thing around driving games, but I don't know the specifics of that. Yeah, I think it would be a little soon to announce a new Forza Horizon, personally, you know, right here, right now, when 5 just came out on other platforms and whatever else. Like, you know, I understand wanting to let that lie for a little bit before you kind of come back and say, or maybe that studio is now all hands on deck trying to get Fable in a place where, you know, it can get out the door. You know, who knows? But it would make sense, yeah, for Forza. I would not be shocked if Forza was a 2026 game and that they just announced it this time next year for a fall release or something like that. They could get away with that. But yeah, I don't know. Like Ninja Gaiden 4 looks good. And I would very much want to play that. I want to know more about the Persona 4 thing, but at the same time, I don't know. They already remade that game. Unless they're going to do something super dramatic to it, which you know, the thing they showed did not look whatever. And Tony Hawk looks great. Plays really well. Had a really good time playing that. So maybe I'll take that footage and just throw it up. I'll chop it up a little bit to, you know, because there's a lot of downtime in that footage of me pausing and talking to someone or whatever. So like the raw files I have here, I'm not just going to turn around and throw them up, but maybe I'll cut something together and you know, just put up some Tony Hawk gameplay without talking or whatever, since we already kind of talked about it here. But or maybe I'll just do all that again and have a separate. Whatever. I'll figure that out later. I got to get going. I have to go. I have more appointments today, so I'm gonna go see Lumines today, among other things, and yeah, so I'm going to get going and go do that. And then I will be back with you on Tuesday for the podcast, and we'll wrap all this stuff up, I guess. It's almost over. It's almost over. Will I buy the new Xbox hardware, Xbox Ally 2? I would not be opposed to picking up a Windows-based handheld. The ROG Ally, that first model they put out, I thought was an absolutely miserable device for a wide variety of reasons, up to and including the heat situation getting so bad that the heat was causing SD cards to slide out of the system because it was, you know, heating up and expanding, you know, whatever it was doing, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Like the SD card would unmount itself because it would get too hot, and which is crazy. So my understanding is that they fixed that specific issue with the second revision they put out. But yeah, I don't know. I want to mess with Windows on a handheld because I want to see what they're going to do to make it work. I want to see what Microsoft is going to do. Like, that's the interesting thing. The form factor, the internals, all that stuff seems to be largely set these days. Like, everyone's using all these Z2s and whatever. And so, you know, hey, neat. You know, none of them, the ultimately the Switch 2 being an NVIDIA part and having proper DLSS gives them a leg up in a weird way. And it makes you wonder if there will ever be Windows-based, NVIDIA-based device of this nature. If NVIDIA will want to get into this or something, I don't. It's weird. But yeah, that ROG thing, that Armory Crate software is such fucking awful shit. That the ROG devices are kind of my least likely to want to mess with. But there's a variety of manufacturers making those things these days, so whatever. I'm gonna get going. I'll see you on Tuesday for the podcast, and have a good rest of your day. I'll see you.